Hi, my name's Brian, and it's good to welcome you today. And I hope today is a day where you recognise that the thing that makes people who follow Jesus different from other people, those things are resolved in three different areas. And I've been so consumed by this, or at least I've been so fascinated by this because I just started to produce this 1,500 word version of the Bible. That would put Reader's Digest to shame. But my reason for doing that was not because I wanted to, draw away from something, but I wanted to figure out what was the main thrust of the story. And so when I figured that out, I realised that you take any part of the Bible you like, and these three things signify the people who are following God in that time, whether it's Adam and Eve, or Noah and his family, or Abraham and Sarah, or David and whatever else, or Jesus or the apostles. The group of people who are following God's purpose are signified by these three things. The first thing is that they are willing to honour and be shaped by or become the image of God that they were created in. They value that image, and they live out of that image, the being created in the image of God. And they not only live out of that themselves, but they're able to celebrate that in other people. The second thing is that they carry the presence of God. They carry the testimony of God. They carry some experience of God, and so they are presence carriers. So wherever they are, the presence of God is, and it is in them because of what they know and what they experience and so forth. The third thing is that they are purpose fulfillers. So they are about fulfilling the purpose of God. They don't invent it. They don't select it. They don't exercise their personal preferences. They simply discover what the purpose of God is and give themselves totally to fulfilling that. So, and so those three things are what designate a person as a follower of Jesus in our day, or a person of God, the people of God. That's often referred to a nation, but the people of God is not a nation. It is people defined by image bearers, presence carriers, and purpose fulfillers. And so I've been thinking about this, and thinking especially about the image bearing thing. And so I've got a couple of books and started reading about image, and the books were, like heavily theological. They were heavily academic, and I really wasn't after an academic definition. That doesn't really stir my heart all that much. I really appreciate people's dedication to research, but the end product of these books was basically a discussion of what everyone else had said, and then reflecting off that and so forth, and then such a deep discussion of the texts and wording and so forth that it didn't really seem to get down to the point of saying, I just want to recognise what it is to be a person created by God, to know what that is, to know what it isn't, to know what's been messed up. So if I'm a marred image bearer, if the image of God in me is in some way shattered, if I've been stolen from by the kingdom of this world, by things that I've done and other people have done, all those things want to steal from me and steal my real identity. We talk about identity theft as a thing of the IT age, but the real identity theft is something that would rob you of the opportunity to discover who you really are. And who you really are has got to have to do with who you're created to be. And who you're created to be has got to have to do with how God made you and what God made you, and what you were made for and how you were made. Because everybody's kind of different. I don't know whether you noticed that, but they are. And we're lodged into different groups, male and female. We think differently at different stages of our life. And so the idea of knowing who I am is a challenge in itself. And so I want to talk about this these next couple of days because I've been thinking a lot about it, and it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm road testing all of this for myself, and so I want to share it with you. I want you to share it with me. I want us to share it together, but I want you to go on a journey with me in this, not just listen to a bunch of talks and all that kind of stuff.